Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jay, and today I am at home making a vegan lentil soup. It is an easy, what's in your fridge, affordable lentil vegan healthy soup. So let's get started. So here I've already done the prep work. This is 1 onion, 2 cloves of garlic. There's about a carrot and a half and about a half of a red pepper. The red pepper I bought was actually really big, so you can probably use a whole red pepper if you want. So we're going to take all this and go ahead and saute it into a pot. Okay, first you want to add a little olive oil or vegan butter to the bottom of your pan. If you're doing butter, I'd say about like a tablespoon or so. My preferred butter is the Earth Balance. I do soy free just because as a vegan you tend to eat more soy, or you feel like you do, so I try and stick with soy free things. But about a tablespoon of butter into your pot. I'm using a very small spoon. And then you can go ahead and add your onion and your garlic and peppers. Now this part is optional with your carrots, because I have a 1-year-old and it's easier for her to eat the carrots when they're softer. I try to put them in there earlier. Now if you want your carrots to still have a little crunch to them, I would put them in as your lentils are in there cooking. And usually if you have like celery in your fridge or anything like that, you can go ahead and add that now as well. But the reason why I say it's an in your fridge recipe, because it's something where you can kind of just throw whatever vegetables you feel like it in there, and with the flavors it can go well regardless. Which also makes it affordable, because then you're not wasting stuff in your fridge. And the things that you do need to buy are honestly things that aren't that bad. Mix them around. And I always like to add a little salt when sauteing to get the juices flowing in your vegetables. Now, with this, you will need a can of diced tomatoes. I actually made some pasta the other day, used a big can of diced tomatoes because they were on sale, so I bought the big can, and then I have some left over from when I made pasta. Pasta recipe will be coming up soon. It's a delicious pasta, another in the fridge recipe. Anyway, point of me saying that is, while this is sauteing, I add just a little tomato. Sauteing it will kind of add that to the sweetness from the tomato, I guess you could say, in there a little more. So just for a couple minutes, kind of break everything down just a little bit. Now optional, if you want, you can go ahead and add your seasonings now. This is pepper. I usually try and add a little pepper to everything because I add a little turmeric to everything. My daughter has eczema, and turmeric helps her inflammation a lot actually. So I add that to just about everything I make for her, and also just for the house, because it's an overall good thing to add to your system. This is rosemary, dried rosemary. Measurements. I'm not good with measurements at all. My method is sprinkle a little bit and taste as you go. So that's that. This is just some Italian seasoning. A little oregano. Am I missing anything? If you like spicy, cayenne pepper. If you don't, I still put just a little bit. My daughter doesn't mind spicy, so just a little bit. And I'm missing one thing. Basil. 2 leaves of basil. I just broke it up with my fingers. And again, just stir everything, breaking everything down. Is my camera getting blurry? Okay, and now I'm going to add my lentils. Again, I went to the co-op down the street from my house. If you don't have a co-op, even places like Mom's usually sell things like lentils and beans in bulk. Or you can buy a bag of lentils from the store. They're not that much. But yes, I usually try and do about 1.5 cups for the soup. Now to measure your juices, so we're going to do 1.5 cups. I like to saute the lentils along with the vegetables just for 2 seconds, just because I think it gives them a little second to soak up some flavor. Okay, so this was 1.5 cups. For lentils, the trick is you want to use 4 times the amount of lentils to liquid. I don't know if I said that right. But yeah, like I said, I use 1.5 cups of lentils, so 4 times that for my liquid. For my liquid, I'm going to use vegetable broth. I usually go with the Pacific Foods brand. I can show you guys really quick. It's an organic brand. I went with low sodium because, again, my daughter has eczema, so we try to cut out the salt as much as possible. So of course this isn't going to be as 4 times the amount. Whatever's left, I usually just do in water. Okay, so I did 3 cups with the veggie broth. And I'm going to do the other 3 in water. I'm saying 3 because it's 1.5 cups. Twice. And that's 1.5 cups 4 times. Easy. Again, this is easy. It doesn't take that much time. I want to say the most is just chopping up the vegetables. But I believe for a working mom, stay-at-home mom, busy mom, not a mom, it's an easy thing to do. Right now, my daughter's napping. It's the time to chop up my vegetables and get it going. Or in the morning, chop up your vegetables, put them away. At night, chop them up, put them away for the next day. Whatever works for you. But it doesn't take too much work to do. And now we wait. What's going to happen is your lentils are going to soak up all these wonderful juices. If halfway through you want to taste test your juice, or even now just to see what it's like, and if you need to add something, go ahead. I'm realizing I forgot parsley, so parsley is something else you can add. Optional. Your tomatoes, your diced tomatoes. I use canned diced tomatoes. So you can either add them now, or once the liquid starts reducing, then start to add them. I honestly think it depends on how much tomatoey taste you want. But also the diced tomatoes are going to add a little more juice to it. So again, you can add them now, or when it starts reducing, add them. And then from there, you can also check to see if you need more juice in your liquid. And now we wait. If you like the video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Please comment. I started the channel because as much as I want to help others, we can all learn from each other. So please comment anything you want. Okay, so while the lentils are simmering, we're going to go ahead and cut up our vegan Italian sausage to add to the lentil soup. Filled roast is my favorite ever vegan meat. Not even just for things that need sausage, things that need meat at all. Like this is used for my ground beef, as my chicken, as my anything. It's very good. I feel like a lot of vegan products have an aftertaste. Like for example, vegan cheese. I cannot for the life of me find a vegan cheese that I actually like. They all have this aftertaste that I cannot get past. So if you know any good vegan cheeses, please comment them down below. I'm not a fan of Daya. If I'm not mistaken, it was their pizza I tried that wasn't the worst, but it's still a no-go for me. But anyway, for your vegan sausage, you can either do like I said, like ground beef for it, or you can cut it up. Because I really like the flavor of it, I like to cut it up. The only thing with this sausage is we add this at the very end. If you add this sausage into any type of soup beforehand, unfortunately it will suck the living heck out of the sausage, and the flavor is very strong, so your soup will definitely have the flavor, but when you eat the sausages, they will taste like absolutely nothing. It will taste like you have, I don't know, like tofu, just plain something inside of your soup. It's weird to me. I don't like it. So we're gonna go ahead. Again, you can crumble it. It's easy to crumble. Like if you wanted to do ground, you just crumble it up and it will fall apart just like that, or chop it really good. But I prefer just little slices. And I believe the base for this is eggplant. There is another brand that I can't remember the name of right now, but I did try their Italian sausage, and I don't know if it was the base of it that I didn't like. Just the flavor wasn't there. But the filled roast has everything. Again, unfortunately, I did try one of their cheeses and it still had that taste. But this one actually tastes like a meat. But they have an apple sage sausage. Apple and sausage to me sounded very weird. But then I actually tried it and it was delicious. They also have little hot dogs, which I love. And they also have a Mexican chipotle sausage. I like spicy, but that sausage is spicy. I do have a recipe with it that I enjoy. But again, if you don't like spicy, I wouldn't even bother doing the Mexican one because it can be very spicy. Now that this is chopped up, we will saute it in a skillet, just a little olive oil, saute it until it is, I like to saute mine until it's almost burnt looking, but you have to remember it is vegetables, not sausage. So you can honestly just do it for a little bit and it's fine, but I like mine to have a little, I don't know, a little crispiness to it. So what we're gonna do is saute that and let our soup continue to simmer. So as you can see here, the soup is starting to reduce. It's definitely less watery. Your lentils are kind of a little thicker, soaking up all the juices. Now's the time, if you haven't already, to go ahead and add your diced tomatoes. Again, I had some left over from a recipe I was doing the other day. So just add those. That's like one small can, one big can, depending on what you have, the size of the soup you're making. If your family likes tomatoes like that, you don't have to add the tomatoes, but I think I like tomatoes. Because you're using the vegetable broth, it still will have a nice flavor. My boyfriend, he doesn't really like tomatoes as much, so that's why I don't mind using a little less. If it were up to me, I'd probably add one more small can to what I just added. But again, let's simmer. So if it's homework time, if it's relaxing time, cleaning time, whatever you need to get done, you can get it done. Let this simmer up. And again, it's a soup that simmers, but it doesn't, you can still make it after work and it won't take forever. I'd say in total 45 minutes minus the chopping of the vegetables just in the pot alone. everything 45 minutes or less on like medium heat. And again, this is an affordable in the fridge meal. So if you want to add veggies, add them. This is good for kids who are picky with vegetables because everything's in a soup mixed together, flavorful. They won't really be able to tell the difference. This is kale. It was on sale at Mom's. Another thing about affordable and these type of meals is grab what's on sale. If it's on sale, grab it. You'll figure it out. I don't even remember how much was on sale before I look at the receipt, but on sale at Mom's. I also have some spinach in the fridge. That's just in the fridge. I'll probably throw that in there. If you have Brussels sprouts, asparagus, whatever green vegetable you have just lying around, add it to it. If you have frozen vegetables, green beans, broccoli, add it to it. If you want to cut them up, whatever you want to do, put it in there. It won't mess it up. It will add to whatever flavor is going on. So it might taste different each and every time you do it, but it'll still taste good. The base flavor is still going to be the same. We're going to chop this up and go ahead and add it to the soup. It's about halfway cooked through. Kale's a little tougher, so it needs a little time to break down and make it a little softer. So, yeah. Okay, so this again it's reducing. Everything's getting a little thicker. And we're going to go ahead and add the kale. Now I cut up a whole bunch of kale, but I don't think it's all gonna fit in here. We'll see. I washed it after I chopped it and before I chopped it. Yeah, we're gonna do like half of it. And then if it breaks down a lot, we will add more. If it starts to break down too much, or I'm sorry, if it starts to soak up too much juice, you can add either just more water is fine, another cup or so, whatever makes it keep soupy, or I have a little left of the vegetable broth I used, which will help you keep more flavor and not have to add so much in the end. And you can just add that, the rest of it if you want. The greens are breaking down. I can add a little more. And again, sit to simmer. At this point, you want to try and keep an eye on it because it will quickly start sticking to the bottom of the pan with the juices being soaked up. This is what it's reduced to. I did have to add, I would say about 2 cups of water just to keep it soupy. The lentils might have been done, but it just wasn't soupy. You see the kale. I also want to add, like, you can add any seasonings to this. Sometimes I'll add Tony's Chachers seasoning to it, which is like a Cajun seasoning or like a kind of like an allspice seasoning. And then again, so now what I've done is reduced it to low. It was at medium at a strong boil for a while. And now I've reduced it to low till it's calmed all the way down. And then I'll go ahead and add my sausages. And bon appetit. Okay, so it's at a simmer. I've added the sausages. Another reason I like to cook them kind of hard, the sausages, is because it holds flavor a lot better when they're cooked this hard. All right, and just mix it in. And there you have it. Lentil kale soup. Or lentil Brussels sprout soup, or lentil spinach soup. Oh, something else I wanted to add. I did not add potatoes. Usually I would put potatoes if I had them, like the little fingerling potatoes. I do have a few. So this pot excuse me, is for my family of 3. It usually lasts us 2 nights. And so tomorrow I'll probably make it again, boil the potatoes and just add them in there. Again, saving some bucks. There you have it, lentil soup. But I hope that was easy and affordable for you. And there you have it, an easy recipe for your family, nice and affordable, especially if you have a big family. For vegans, for people that are just trying to be a little more healthier. If you like the video, you like the recipe, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. There'll be many more recipes to come. Desserts, snacks, lunch items for the kids, more dinner recipes, soups. If you have any ideas or things that you want to see me cook, things that are not vegan that you want to see a vegan version of, I'll be glad to post it. Or if you have any tips for me, or things that might help my recipe, or things you've tried with lentil soup that tasted great. But besides that, I hope you guys liked the video. See you in my next one.